blocking boosters, at least for many of us. We'll explain the FDA's concerns and who still would be eligible to get a third dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Also, signed up to speak out. Madison school leaders hope joining a statewide reporting system will help keep everyone safe. Plus, not so fast. The bipartisan bill could block a state corrections change that inmates and families feel is unfair. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. And thanks for staying with us. Just a couple hours ago, an FDA panel voted against recommending Pfizer booster shots for people 16 and older based on the data they currently have.
I'd like to see more data before I would recommend it for a younger age group.
Supporters of boosters point to info out of Israel, which shows severe cases sharply decreased in the 60 and over age group following that third dose. But some scientists question Israel's data. There's also disagreement on whether the general population needs the boosters and whether it's more important to simply concentrate on the unvaccinated before giving those booster shots. Meanwhile, that advisory panel is approving the extra shots for those 65 and up or run a higher risk of severe disease. The decision came from a committee of outside experts who advised the FDA. Before the advisory meeting, the Biden administration started preparing to roll out booster shots as early as next week. Well, it has been a pretty pleasant week, and it will continue on into the weekend. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio. Gary?
Eric, we've had a cold front move through southern Wisconsin. There were some clouds earlier, but now they're starting to break up a bit. We'll probably see them still around for a little bit during the evening hours, but you can see they're starting to thin out. So we should still see a very nice weekend overall. On Doppler track, there have been a couple of showers and isolated thunderstorms, but notice most of the thunderstorms were at the flashes of lightning are down across parts of northeastern Illinois, and the showers really are not very widespread, mainly down toward Lake Geneva. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm, mainly south and east of Madison, but that will be probably within the next hour or two, and then after that, we should be mainly dry for tonight. Temperatures are still pretty warm, 84 in Janesville, 79 in Madison, but notice in the north and west, those temperatures already in the upper 60s and lower 70s. That's the cooler air moving in, and notice how the air dries out. Dew points in the 60s down by Janesville and in the 40s out toward La Crosse, and that will actually set up a cool night for tonight. So skies clear out. Look for a low temperature of 47, but with bright sunshine tomorrow, we're back up to 77 and probably be in the mid-80s for our last weekend of summer. I'll have more in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
And across southern Wisconsin, especially in the Madison School District, school COVID cases are ticking upwards. We launched a News 3 Now school COVID tracker on Monday when we knew of at least 700 known quarantines for positive cases and close contacts. But today, that number ticked up to almost 1,400 quarantines, with many more likely, given that not all school districts are reporting close contact quarantines. You can see your school district's positive cases and quarantine numbers through a link on our website. A Madison police officer on leave tonight after a video that is circulating online shows that he engaged in sexual activity inside a squad car. Police say they were made aware of the video last night. They've identified the officer and placed him on leave while they investigate. Officials have not said who that officer is, but they say they are taking the investigation seriously. And Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway said in a statement to News 3 Now, quote, "The incident is under investigation, and I support Chief Barnes in his efforts to be as proactive and transparent as possible while holding MPD officers to the highest standards." The 15-year-old charged with killing another teen in Beloit over the Labor Day holiday weekend is being held now on a $50,000 cash bond. Dante Wilson charged as an adult in Rock County Court yesterday, just days after Beloit police arrested him at Beloit Memorial High School. He's facing charges of first-degree intentional homicide, possession of a firearm on school grounds, and possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. The victim, a 19-year-old, was likely killed 2 days before he was discovered. Wilson's next court appearance scheduled for next week. And a judge says prosecutors cannot argue that a man who shot 3 people, killing 2 during a protest against police brutality in Wisconsin, is linked to the Proud Boys white nationalist group. Kyle Rittenhouse charged with shooting 3 people during the protest in Kenosha last summer. 2 men died. Prosecutors asked the judge if they can argue at trial in November that Rittenhouse's beliefs align with the Proud Boys and that he traveled to the protest because the group advocates violence against the Black Lives Matter movement. The judge ruled today there is no evidence that Rittenhouse Rittenhouse was affiliated with the group on the night of the shootings. The trial is set to begin on November 1st. A man who pleaded guilty to shooting and killing another man at a Madison hotel will spend 18 years in prison. 20-year-old Jalen Kane Roberson pleaded guilty to killing 18-year-old Dembo Jame last year. Kane Roberson was given 12 years extended supervision on top of his 18 years in prison. Criminal complaint says the two men were involved in a dispute at a gas station prior to that fatal shooting. Madison schools have joined a one-year-old program designed to keep your children safe. About 80% of Wisconsin schools already use the DOJ's Speak Up, Speak Out system. Talia Modine learned today MMSD hopes joining in will benefit everyone in the district. Talia?
The program launched in September 2020. It gives students, parents, teachers, or really anyone in the school community a platform to provide tips about school safety threats. What makes Speak Up, Speak Out unique is that it's anonymous and you can submit tips through a smartphone app. Wisconsin Attorney General and father of two, Josh Call, is a big supporter of the program, and he says it also helps extend student safety in issues around mental health.
One person reached out and mentioned that a friend wanted to commit suicide. And as a result, a welfare check was made. The parents were notified of the situation, and the student was offered mental health counseling. Those are the kinds of interventions we can see as a result of this program.
Speak Up, Speak Out data shows a majority of kids will talk to each other about safety concerns, but only about 1 in 8 will talk with families, and even fewer will tell their school. Madison is already seeing tips come in through the app, which the district first started using this week. The Speak Up, Speak Out app is available in over 30 different languages.
Khalil, thank you. New information on the U.S. attack in Kabul. The Pentagon has now retreated from its defense of a drone strike that killed multiple civilians in Afghanistan last month.
I am now convinced that as many as 10 civilians, including up to 7 children, were tragically killed in that strike. Moreover, we now assess that it is unlikely that the vehicle and those who died were associated with ISIS-K or were a direct threat to U.S. forces. As the combatant commander, I am fully responsible for this strike and its tragic outcome.
4 days after the August 29th strike, Pentagon officials asserted that it had been conducted correctly. News organizations later raised some doubt, reporting that the driver of the targeted vehicle was a longtime employee at an American humanitarian organization and citing an absence of evidence to support the Pentagon's assertion that the vehicle contained explosives. Governor Tony Evers, along with Wisconsin veterans, are honoring prisoners of war and missing in action service members. This is today at the Capitol. The governor dedicated a chair of honor for POW MIA service members at the state Capitol. Today, the third Friday in September, recognized as POW MIA Day in Wisconsin now for the past 2 decades. And along with that, they held a moment of silence to honor the 13 service members who recently lost their lives in Kabul last month. Meanwhile, back closer to home, Madison College hosting a drive-through event for those wanting to donate clothing and other supplies to Afghan refugees at Fort McCoy. The college teaming up with Ho Chunk Nation to deliver those supplies. Organizers say the faculty, staff, and students, along with local families, have really stepped up. One family donated 100 backpacks, and Diaper Bank of Wisconsin donated 4 pallets of diapers and baby supplies. Organizers say the support has been overwhelming.
It's just humbling, you know, that all of these areas have come together and for the good of our community, right? I mean, our mission here at Madison College is to provide accessible education and meet the evolving needs of our diverse communities. And so I'm glad that, you know, we have support in doing that from our local partners across the district.
The Salvation Army of Dane County also accepting donations for Afghan refugees. You can visit that location on Darbo Drive. They're asking for people to donate winter clothing, coats, and shoes. Democrats and Republicans alike are upset with the Department of Corrections policy change set to start in 2 weeks. Now, we first told you about it last month. Both parties are scrambling to introduce a bill to block it, and inmates and their families are hopeful the bipartisan push will work. Anna Hansen explains.
We're putting DOC on notice that this doesn't make any sense. Why would we do this?
It's a question State Senator Van Wongard wants answered and wants to take action on.
This just was not acceptable, so that's why we drafted the legislation.
Wongard's bill, called LRB 4373, currently in its early stages, would reverse a Department of Corrections change that starts soon. The DOC intends to consolidate its inmate vendor system from 3 to just 1 company based out of state. Wongard's bill would force the DOC to keep at least 3 vendors and continue the storefront in Milwaukee for families to buy items for inmates.
It's creating jobs right here locally, but it's also giving you access for those families. Well, I think it's just kind of treating them the same way you would maybe want to be treated.
Wongard wants to get the bill through committee and on the floor this session. Inmate advocate group Expo lobbied for the bill. Member Ramayo Whiteside says the DOC didn't consider community members' thoughts on the change enough.
All we're advocating for are more options for people in the community, having the in-store, in-person option. That right there, traditionally, over the last 2 decades, has been a godsend for people in the community and people on the inside.
The DOC maintains that the change will streamline the commissary system, but bill supporters would rather act now than wait and see.
It's what the people in the communities actually want.
In Madison, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
The department said it doesn't typically comment on proposed legislation, but it does have 2 open meetings coming up where members of the public can voice their concerns, one September 22nd, the other on October 11th. UW-Madison continuing to grow its School of Computer, Data, and Information Systems thanks to an investment from alumni. The university will be building a new 300,000 square foot home for the school. John and Tasha Morgridge are giving the school $125 million, and $50 million of that is in the form of a challenge grant. UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank says this is needed as more incoming students choose a career in technology.
As many of you know, computer science is now the #1 major on this campus. It has grown by 800% in the last decade, and it continues to pick up steam. I think we have more than 2,000 students majoring in computer science these days.
Chancellor Blank says they will be adding new majors to the School of Computer, Data, and Information Systems. The university plans on starting construction on this new building late in 2023. They hope it'll be ready for students by 2024. Downtown Madison's large Halloween celebration is again being canceled for the 2nd straight year due to coronavirus concerns. Freak Fest will once again not happen as local health officials are still concerned about the Delta variant case numbers. There's no public health mandated ban or limits on public gatherings, but officials are still urging caution for anyone planning to go out, including avoiding crowded spaces and maintaining physical distance when possible and getting vaccinated to prevent severe COVID symptoms. Some sports news. The struggling Packers defense gets another blow today. Green Bay announcing it's putting Zadarius Smith on injured reserve due to a back injury. The Packers' best pass rusher been dealing with that injury for all of training camp. Played only 18 snaps against the Saints. So Rashawn Gary will take over Smith's duty on the edge. Moments ago, the Packers announced they have signed Ladarius Hamilton from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad. Green Bay will face the Lions this Monday night for its home opener at Lambeau. Multiple law enforcement agencies say they're prepared ahead of a rally for those who support January 6th insurrectionists. How they're preparing and the threats that security officials deem credible. That's still ahead at 5. And why there are hundreds of newly planted trees at Lunny Lake Farm County Park. That story next hour on News 3 Now at 6. And this week, closing on Wall Street with red numbers. The Dow off 166.5. The Nasdaq falls 138. The S&P 500 loses 41. We'll be right back.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best kitchen and bath design, best roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call out Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Have you seen those small
careful with it.
Sorry, Missy.
Excuse me, could we?
Excuse me, I was wondering, could we...
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Who wants some dress shirts?
For expert help with all your insurance needs. Get to know your local Geico agent today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
A video sent to the Madison Police Department sparks an internal investigation of an officer. The details are disturbing tonight at 6.
And why veterans gathered around this chair in the Capitol Rotunda. That story more tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Just weeks into the school year, COVID is spreading in our schools, and parents are worried.
What's going to happen at 30 days? What's going to happen at 60 days?
We're tracking hundreds of school quarantines in our area. Find out what could happen next. News 3 Now investigates Sunday at 10.
Law enforcement at our nation's capital bracing for a rally tomorrow in support of the January 6th rioters. CBS News has obtained a Department of Homeland Security bulletin warning it is aware of a small number of recent online threats of violence connected to the rally and found online discussions encouraging violence the day before. According to the bulletin, social media users discussed storming the Capitol the night before the rally, and other references to violence included, quote, using the rally to target Jewish institutions, elected officials, and liberal churches.
We're not going to tolerate violence, and we will not tolerate criminal behavior of any kind.
And Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has approved a request for 100 members of the Washington, D.C. National Guard to be on standby if needed. Rally organizers say tomorrow's event will be peaceful, with only 700 protesters expected to attend. Thousands of immigrants from Haiti are seeking asylum after a hurricane destroyed their country. Right now, thousands of Haitian immigrants are camped under the Del Rio International Bridge at the Texas border in numbers that have multiplied in just the past few days. Some migrants have been wading through the water back and forth from Mexico to get food and supplies.
The only way that this goes away is a policy decision by the White House.
Yesterday we had a woman that went into labor. There are potential issues with a stampede. They're buying goods in Acuña and just bringing them back, but that also opens up the potential for a terrorist attack.
President Biden did not comment on the situation today. Over the past 11 months, nearly 30,000 Haitian citizens have arrived at the southern border. A devastating earthquake rocked long-suffering Haiti back in August. The country's president also was assassinated in July. The United Nations is providing aid in Haiti, but says the situation remains dire. 1 month after the earthquake, 400,000 people still have not received any assistance. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary?
Well, Eric, for Friday night football games tonight, the weather actually looking a little bit better than it did at this time yesterday. Right now, I'm thinking there'll be some breaks in the clouds. Still can't rule out a slight chance for a shower, mainly southeast of Madison. Otherwise, the clouds will gradually be breaking up as night goes on. And because we've had a cold front come through and the air is starting to dry out, those temperatures should drop off pretty rapidly. So it might be comfortable around kickoff time with temperatures still close to 70, but by the end of the game, could be down to around 60 degrees as those skies clear out. For the weekend, lots of sunshine. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s for tomorrow and mid-80s for Sunday, with dry weather expected both days. So 3 things you need to know in the forecast: the sunny skies this weekend, the warm weather for Sunday and Monday as well, with high temperatures in the lower to middle 80s. But there'll be some thunderstorm chances later Monday into Monday night. The rain should end on Tuesday morning, but then cool weather arrives for the start of fall on Wednesday and lingers into Thursday, with high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and nighttime low temperatures dropping into the middle 40s. High-resolution Doppler shows just a few scattered showers, and some thunderstorms have started to develop over southeastern Wisconsin. So the rain threat west of Madison, I think, is pretty much over with. If we do see a shower or thunderstorm this evening, it'll mainly be south and east of Madison, more likely Rock and Jefferson counties, if at all. Otherwise, it'll probably be dry for this evening. On Doppler track, a wider view shows nothing upstream to the north and west, so that means we're going to see dry weather for the weekend. Current temperatures ahead of the cold front are well into the 80s. Chicago near 90, Springfield, Illinois at 87. Madison's dropped back to 79 now with a northwesterly wind. wind. The front has come through here. And to the northwest, temperatures are in the lower 70s across Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. On weather track, notice the jet stream sagging southward just a little bit, and these showers and thunderstorms developing right along the cold front, but a large area of high pressure to the west, clearing out the skies there. And while we'll see temperatures similar to today, during the day tomorrow, it will be cooler tonight as the air really starts to dry out. And you can see, here's the cold front that I was talking about moving through, and the difference in temperatures just along the front. Ahead of the front, Chicago in the upper 80s, Marshfield already in the upper 60s. So about a 20-degree temperature drop. More importantly, the dew point temperatures drop off pretty rapidly. Still in the lower 60s in Madison, but notice in the northwest, those dew points in the upper 30s and middle 40s. That will allow temperatures to drop off pretty quickly for tonight. So on future track, the rain threat moves away. Look for skies to clear out overnight. And with light winds and that drier air, those temperatures should drop off probably in the mid to upper 40s through much of southern Wisconsin. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine. High temperatures get up into the upper 70s. And notice those winds returning back to the south for tomorrow night into Sunday. And that will allow temperatures on Sunday to jump right back up into the middle 80s. And we'll be in the low 80s on Monday before a cold front to the north and west starts to bring some showers and thunderstorms, gets a little more moisture, and then heads in our direction for Monday afternoon and Monday night. So our forecast for tomorrow calls for mostly sunny skies, a nice day overall, high temperature at 77 degrees. And then as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, 84 on Sunday and 83 on Monday. Again, sunny skies on Sunday, but thunderstorms start to develop, especially by Monday afternoon into Monday night. The showers end on Tuesday as the front comes through early on Tuesday morning. Then those temperatures drop off. And notice daytime high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and those nighttime low temperatures in the low to mid 40s for the latter part of next week. By the end of the week, though, temperatures are back up pretty close to normal, right around the 70-degree mark. As we check out first warn traffic, on a Friday, you normally expect some slowdowns on the Beltline. Not too bad today. A few slowdowns between Monona Drive and John Nolan Drive, and then back around Fish Hatchery Road on the eastbound Beltline, westbound around Fish Hatchery Road to Park Street. Travel times right now, about 20 minutes either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, it'll take you 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 southward. Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is a quick 16-minute commute, as is the commute from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, also 16 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Still to come, doctors are encouraging people to get those routine medical checkups back on track. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, local, hand-picked Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles that national TV ads promise, only better, because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, the specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that calling a call center in Des Moines, Iowa.
Don't get fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and they're free.
Reinvent your kitchen with our wide selection of stylish Tuscany products exclusively at Menards. Tuscany kitchen sinks have top mount, undermount, and farmhouse sinks to fit your dream kitchen. Tuscany also has a large array of faucets with different finish and style options to fit your new sink. This double bowl stainless steel kitchen sink is beautiful and made of durable premium grade steel. All Tuscany products are 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Patients around the country have put off doctor's appointments and routine cancer screenings during the pandemic. Experts are sounding the alarm that getting checked can be life-saving. Caroline Vandergriff has more from Dallas.
When COVID-19 shut down the country, some medical care was also put on pause.
Screenings in the month of April and in 2020 were down by 87% for breast cancer, 89% for pap smears for cervical cancer detection.
Routine cancer screenings have since picked back up, but still haven't reached pre-pandemic levels.
I've got a lot of patients who are really, 2 years past when they were due, just based on the timing of things. And that really concerns physicians.
A new survey from the Prevent Cancer Foundation shows 90% of women are visiting friends and going out to eat during the pandemic, but only 48% are visiting their doctor's offices.
Early detection is so key. Are you worried there are going to be cases that were missed through all of this?
We know that there are many, many patients out there right now with undiagnosed breast cancers, cervical cancers, and also colon, prostate, lung, other types of cancers.
I had a routine mammogram, and like so many, I had delayed getting it during the pandemic.
Senator Amy Klobuchar announced last week she battled breast cancer earlier this year.
I came through it, but in the course of it, I found out that thousands of women have undetected breast cancer right now, and 1 in 3 Americans are not moving forward with just routine exams and physicals during the pandemic.
Doctors are encouraging people to get their routine medical care back on track.
I want to reassure people that it is absolutely safe to go into medical facilities.
Because the earlier many conditions are picked up, the better. Caroline Vandergriff, CBS News, Dallas, Texas.
Now, during the first months of the pandemic, hospitals in the U.S. reported a decline in patients being treated for heart attacks and strokes. Doctors say that was due in part to the increased strain on the healthcare system and patients' fear of contracting COVID. A final check of your First Warn forecast for the weekend in just a moment. Stay with us.
The Fall Semi-Annual Sale and Sweepstakes is on now at Ashley Home Store. Shop brand new fall furniture styles at huge discounts, up to 60% off. Then get your scratch-off card in store for your chance at specials and bonus deals. You could even win the $5,000 grand prize. Only at Ashley Home Store.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Home is where the heart is, and Feldco's here to make home even better. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. Buy one window, get one free now, and let Feldco get your home ready for fall.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
You deserve 5-star quality, 5-star value, and 5-star customer service. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plans. You're the reason why Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, with 2021 plans starting as low as $0 per month, with coverage for medical, hospital, and prescriptions. Learn more by requesting your free Medicare Advantage plan comparison guide from Quartz today. And because we're a 5-star plan, you can enroll right now. In addition to offering 5-star quality, Quartz has put together an all-star team of high-quality providers, featuring UW Health. It's no wonder that 99% of our members stay with Quartz. Switch to Quartz Medicare Advantage. Call or go online to request your free planning guide from Quartz, or enroll today.
Huge mattress savings are happening now during the fall semi-annual sale and sweepstakes at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off. Pay as little as $20 per month on top brands with 6 years no-interest financing, plus $300 in free furniture. Only at Ashley Home Store.
On this Friday night, breaking news. The president's booster shot plan hits a brick wall after a key FDA panel rejects a third Pfizer shot for most Americans. We'll break down what it means. Plus, deadly mistake. The Pentagon apologized after killing 10, including 7 children, in a drone strike in Afghanistan. And we go on the road. Can a Hail Mary pass save the worst football field in America? The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
And let's get back to Gary. Final check of the weekend forecast.
Well, as we take a look at the live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison, some sunshine making its way through the clouds. Also some breaks in the clouds over southwestern Wisconsin from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam. But you can see some thunderstorms developing over southeastern Wisconsin, mainly away from our viewing area. If we see a shower or thunderstorm, it'll mainly be across Jefferson and Rock counties in the next hour or two, and probably less than a 1 in 5 chance of that happening. Temperatures right now are in the 80s in Janesville, upper 70s in Madison, and they drop to the 60s to the north and west. So be prepared for some cooler weather later on tonight.
All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.